Hello, and welcome to the Caregivers Careport. I'm Dr. Corabelle Arps, and I'm your host. And I welcome you. Whether you're a new listener or a subscriber, you've come to the podcast where you'll have a safe and informative place to learn ways of managing your mindset, emotions, and life changes while caregiving so that you can protect your own health and give your best care to your care partner. Today, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to explore 10 myths and 10 truths about caregiving. Okay, so let's get down to it. 10 myths and truths about caregiving. The first one: there is a best way to provide care, and all caregivers can be successful if they provide care according to the best care guidelines. Well, the truth of it is every caregiving situation is unique and may have different needs and demands. The truth is also that every caregiver is unique and will have their own strengths and challenges. They're caregivers of different ages and different abilities, different health status for themselves. They may be in various locations in relation to their care partner, or at a distance, or maybe they live with them. And their relationships with their loved ones can be quite different. They may also have different goals and wishes for their own participation in caregiving and different life responsibilities in addition to their caregiving. So it's really important to identify what works best for you and your personal abilities, your strengths, your limitations, and your resources, such as your supports and even your financial state. But much also depends on the needs of your person that you're taking care of, taking into account their physical needs and limitations, their level of safety, both to themselves and to other people, and the level and type of demands their care imposes. Those greatly impact the type of care delivery that they need. And you have to weigh that thinking, is this something I can do on my own, or will I need to incorporate other methods of getting care for them? Then myth number 2, caring for a family member is easy and can be done without any help. After all, you know them, you love them, and you'll be the one to do it all. The truth is that caring for a family member is taxing on a number of different levels simultaneously. It may be physically, emotionally, and mentally demanding. And as it goes on in time, it can be quite grueling. Sometimes it can feel overwhelming on one of those realms or several at the same time. And caregivers are at risk for burnout and feelings of guilt when they believe that they've fallen short of being the ideal caregiver they want to be, or they're not getting the results that they want for their loved one. I frequently hear from caregivers that they feel extremely guilty that they're not able to do everything their loved one needs, or they're not able to somehow get the outcome that they want for their loved one. Even if it's not logical and they're doing everything that they can, their feelings of guilt are very real. There may be times of discouragement, despair, anger, and even resentment, which in turn feeds those feelings of guilt even more. So it gets to be kind of a vicious circle. Reaching out and getting help and respite goes a long way toward getting refreshment and rest and increasing your own energy. It makes you healthier in body and spirit, and it enables you to give your best possible care to your loved one. It doesn't mean you are failing. Another way to look at it is that you are actually making it possible for your loved one to have sustained good care for the long haul, and that you are taking care of yourself so that you can give your best self to them, not an exhausted, burned out, upset version of yourself. The next myth: caregiving is at its best when it is a one person job. Well, the truth is, it is important to have a support system in place, whether it's friends, family, or professional caregivers, or a combination of different types of help. I kind of look at it like, in a way, it's kind of the same scenario as raising children. It may require a lot of life changes and certainly a lot of effort and consistency, and that you're there for your child. Well, caregiving is kind of the same, but would you raise children having them be the only person that does anything for them? I doubt you would. And it can be that way in caregiving as well. Delegating tasks and seeking help and expertise from other people when you need it can really help alleviate the burden of caregiving. And it also gives your loved one a little variety, and maybe, even if we're honest, a little break from from us. So, don't be judgmental of yourself that you can't do it all. I mean, who could realistically? The next myth is, when caregiving, it's important that all your energy and attention go to the person you're caring for, because their needs are so great and you love them. In reality, it's not possible to have to have a life outside of caregiving. So just put that aside and be solely invested only in your caregiving. The truth is, it's important to make time for yourself and your own interests and activities, even if it's just a few minutes a day. There has been a study that shows that even 10 minutes of dedicated time to meeting your own needs, or relaxing, or having some recreation, can do a lot to prevent burnout and help you with just your mental framework and your ability to enjoy your loved one and enjoy yourself, and be at more peace with your caregiving. The fifth myth: it's not possible to have a positive caregiver experience. No, that's not true. The truth is, while caregiving can be challenging, we know that, it can also be a very rewarding experience that allows you to connect with your loved ones in a much deeper way. And I've seen time and time again where people who really joyfully give themselves in caring for their loved one grow in their own character, and it reinforces their values of loyalty, family, um, and generosity in a very deep and profound way.